All right, let's kick it off with, we are recording, we are live streamed. Let's kick it off with one more win, and then we're going to jump in. We've got Ashley Bomarito here, and she is going to drop all the knowledge on making sure that we are touching our sphere and who we're touching on social media and what our messaging is. So one more win until we jump in. That means none of us are moving the needle. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's winning.
I have two closings. I have a closing today and a closing tomorrow. So yay for finishing these out strong.
Yay for you. And then Ruth Ann, I do want to just throw it out there because we're now recording and we are live, that you have 4 sphere leads that you are working. What did you do and how did you connect with those spheres to get them into your database and really start working them?
Well, they reached out to me. So it's on Facebook. It's people. I grew up here. So, you know, in Cary since 1971. One's a lead that I was an assistant principal with her mother. She was an assistant principal, still is. Another one is my cousin. Another one is a client or a colleague at a school I worked with. She was a AIG teacher, and I was a assistant. And then the other one is, hold on, one more. Oh, came from, I went to high school with her. So it's her dad is needing to go into the next, needs to sell. Yeah.
So yeah. Those are all coming. They've connected with you on Facebook. Is that right?
Correct.
So you just did an announcement that you transitioned into real estate. You're here for all, real estate needs. And then they've reached out to you, DM'd you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And one of those is going to be 3 deals. They're going to sell a house in Raleigh. They want to buy a house in Durham, and then they're selling their mom's estate, which we were able to connect them with someone at the beach. So, she just came out of that transition. Well, at last year, I think you've sold about 14 homes before you came to Call Group, and then just putting yourself out there, people are just reaching out to you. And then you're bringing, people in from Call Group to help you with listings and some of that stuff.
That would be you, Ashley.
That would be me. She's like, I got 2 more listings we need to go on. I'm like, I'm ready, girl. Let's go.
Oh my God, Ashley. My God, I'm learning loads from you. I cannot thank you.
Well, what a wonderful segue to introduce Ashley. Thank you for being here. And you were going to talk to us about the power of social media, how we connect with our sphere and what our messaging is and all that good stuff. So thanks for being here and take it away.
All right. So I don't have any slides to go through really, but I wanted to make it more of a conversation because I think I actually just spoke to Amber's team over in Burlington as well, Burlington, North Carolina. And it was like, it's just, you're afraid to put yourself out there. You're worried what other people are going to think. But I think the main thing and the one thing that I really tried to touch on with them is you have to figure out who your avatar is. Who are you even trying to target? Like if you have no idea, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. And that's what I was doing for a while because, we're trying to be everything to everyone. And sometimes we think that way when we're selling real estate, that we need to be everything to everyone. We need to get the first time home buyer. We've got to get the move up buyer. We've got to get the, downsize buyer. You don't have to. You can specialize if there's something that fits you better. So really figuring out who is your target. Are you 20 years old, 24 years old, and you want to target first-time home buyers because they have the same issues you do? Do they have a lot saved in the bank? Can they utilize some of these first-time home buyer programs? Are you targeting VA? Are you targeting military? Like who do you want your avatar to be? And then start giving them information that's going to help them buy or sell a house. If you want to recruit agents to your team,
Ashley, you're muted.
I unmuted myself. There we go.
You.
Yes. So I think, again, you have to figure out who you want to target and then start tailoring all of your information to that. The quick reels, I think people are so scared to have their face on. So have a friend or your spouse or your child, videotape you walking down the street in your neighborhood. Have them video you walking, you're going out to dinner, you're walking into a restaurant. Have them video you opening the door and then put something over the top like, are you curious to see how you could buy a house with no money. Like have some kind of tagline that's going to pull people in. Again, figuring out who your target is. Is it recruiting agents to your team? Is it building a team? Is it, you know, first time home buyers, downsize buyers? You're typically looking for people that are in the similar space that you've been, or someone that you could speak to 5 years ago, right? Like who can I help? Like what information can I deliver that's going to help these buyers moving forward? And I think we just get really stuck in non-action. Any action's better than no action. So post something on your story, tag the food you're in and tag the, you know, restaurant. Just start small. You don't have to put your face out there, which I think is the scariest part. So does anyone have specific questions they want me to touch on? Because I think that happens. And then at the end, we're like, oh no, we want to ask all these things.
Yeah, I have a question. How do you balance the multiple audiences in your social? So I struggle with this because I'm reaching the agents, but I also want to be sure that I'm still working my sphere on social media from a buy-sell perspective. So how do you mix it all together and still make sure you're effective?
I think that if you kind of scheduled it or figured out like on Mondays, I'm doing this type of content, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's this, Tuesday, Thursday, it's this. And you knew every Monday or every Wednesday was a tutorial or a review. Every Monday was, you know, an agent spotlight. Every Tuesday was, you know, saying something about the market. Thursdays are about agent attraction. Come or, you know, do that right before Empower. Come to Empower, come learn what we do. How can we help you increase your business? How can we change potentially your life and the people you surround yourselves with? So I think if you kind of made it like something different every day, an agent spotlight, testimonial, a new property coming to market, just being very specific and writing it out. Like my VA set up my whole business account on Facebook. He's great. He has all these templates. He put together like 40 different quotes, similar to what Call Group does. I was like, go find some quotes, put those quotes together so that I can use those, but make, you know, kind of my style. So make it feel like me. But he took over the whole business Facebook and did it himself. So if you had someone on your team that could help you with like posting them or your business side, I think that would help because you can go into Meta and post to multiple platforms.
That was kind of going to be my question. Do you have like a specific calendar that you follow, or do you have like a because I know you can schedule posts too. So do you just like recommend sitting down like on a Monday and doing all your posts for the entire week? Or how do you recommend kind of trying to time block for it?
So I think it's whatever feels like, do you feel like you need more systems? Like, do you need it to be systematic?
I just like I'll be good about posting for a couple days and then it just falls off because like I think honestly, like I agree, I'm just more scared or nervous about it and I care about too much about what other people are going to think. So I think if it is systematic, it will be easier for me to just press post.
Yeah, so I think there's Amy Gregory has a content calendar. She's got like 52 weeks of what you need to do, and there's everything is broken down, asking questions, little different things. So something like that would probably be really helpful for you. I'm kind of more spur of the moment, and I do want to get a little bit more regimented because it's important to be consistent. And you know, over Memorial Weekend, I feel like I really didn't post, but last week I was really trying to get myself to post at least one time a day or one post a day. And then keep my stories up. So if you feel like you need a plan, then you need to sit down and go, I have to time block an hour for me to find some content and do it with someone. I think we have to do this alone. If you take a friend out and you go downtown, like here, downtown Holly Springs, downtown Raleigh, why not shoot a bunch of content, have it in your phone, bring a couple different blazers so it looks different. And then you'll have content for a couple weeks, whether it's a photo, and again, it doesn't have to be your face. It could be like you from the side, like typing on your computer, reading a book, you know, wear a t-shirt and then have a couple different blazers or outfits. It doesn't have to be super professional. I think if you have the content and then you figure out, okay, here's all the hooks I can get, or here I can look at other people that are doing it and figure out what are they doing. That would probably help you. Does that sound like it would help you just to batch a couple things and then have a schedule?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Hey,
and- yeah.
One thing that this is just an idea from the question. I was thinking in my Google Calendar, just kind of putting a reminder each day what I need to post might
Mhm.
help. That might be helpful to me. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's perfect. It is. I mean, it's thinking when you're in the moment, sometimes what I do is I make the post in Instagram and then I save it as a draft. So I can, it'll be a little harder to show you through my phone here. But if you're going to make a post, like let's say you go, oh, I just thought of this really good idea, or you're videoing something, do it in a reel on Instagram. And then when you go to, you hit next, there's a button at the bottom that says save as draft. Just save the video as a draft. You could have 30 drafts in there waiting for you. You don't have to post it right there, because I think what happens is we take the photos and then we forget. And then we're like, oh, shoot, I didn't post that. The thing is, no one knows when you took the photos unless it's like 4th of July, right? And you got all this fireworks. They're going to know maybe that's 4th of July. But nobody knows. I can use pictures from 3 years ago at the Parade of Homes and put like, do 17 photos in a row and be like, here's all the trends. Who's going to know? I think we're creating the stories in our head of what people are going to say. And instead of just posting it and feeling like, what content can I provide to someone that I feel like is going to make an impact on them? If that makes sense. That's kind of where how do I tailor my story that I think will impact someone?
Are you posting to your business account and then sharing to social media? I mean, I'm sorry, to your personal account? Oh my
No,
gosh,
I
sorry.
do everything on personal.
Yep.
Like I said, I hired an assistant who helps manage my inbox and do some other things. And okay. I can't screen share, but he created a join, or just like a thing to help, people come to call group or just, join us on the journey. And so I had him I said, I want you to go find some fun memes of little quick videos I can throw out, because who doesn't want to laugh during the day? So he's been posting that. And he's also been posting, when we have like 6 new listings going live on a weekend, he's posting all those on my business page and just inviting agents to come look at that so that, I stay top of mind with the agent community. But I'm not doing any of it because I was like, I don't need another thing on my list. Can you handle this? And, he's doing great at it.
But Ashley, you have a business page on Facebook, but you don't have a business page on Instagram.
No. And I would rather post on my personal. And if I want to post something that he posted on my business, I'm just going to download it and repost it on my stuff versus like sharing it. I think business is for, testimonials or people maybe looking at some reviews of you. But to me, it's like, it's boring. The people that you're going to get are not going to want to see that. Like they're looking for it as a business. Like, who are you? Is there a testimonial? Can you, be fun? Is this someone that I relate to? If you want to post a few things there, I think it should just be more professional, your listings, your testimonials. And then I think you should invite your clients. I mean, this is, some people don't like this, but invite your clients, invite your friends to the personal side because they want to know who you are. This is a very personal and emotional transaction. And so if you're constantly just posting houses and, oh, I'm so good, like, look at the review they wrote for me, I don't know that that's going to totally, swing someone to want to work with you. That makes sense. Who else has a question? Got a lot of people on here today. All right, so no more questions. Think about them while we're talking. Again, creating that avatar is figuring out who. Let me tell you, I've gotten like 2 or 3 leads from social media. Everyone looks at me and goes, oh my God, you're so good at it. It's just because I'm a little bit consistent at it. And I've gotten 2 or 3 leads from social media. So I'm not doing it to pick up leads. I get leads from call group. I do social media as basically like an arm of my business to reach other agents, to be on their radar, to post my listings. When I go on listing presentations, I talk about how we target, a different group of people on social media. Our team, Call Group Residential, has over 100,000 followers. So we're looking for agents that might not be digging into their client searches, and we're trying to target them through our listing videos. So how can I target that many more people that might not be looking and not waiting for their client to call the seller? So, that's how I use it for like my buy and sell. And then most of the other things I do are for, bringing agents either to Call Group, to EXP, to our community, because I love what this business has done. I love to meet with all you guys every week. You know, Anna, I met a couple years ago and she was an independent agent, and now we get to partner and work together. So that's who I'm trying to inspire, that you can do things a different way. It doesn't have to be cold calling every day. My goal, you know, for the time that I'm going to do real estate is to tell people, give them the permission to run their business how they want to run it and stop looking at everyone else. If something's working for you, roll with it. If something's working for you on social media, roll with it. The one thing that I think stood out when I was talking to Amber's team is the templates in Instagram, because they're already there for you. Do you know, can I share, Anna? I don't even know if it will let me from my, should have done it on my iPad.
You got sharing capabilities now.
All right, let's see. I want to see if I can, I don't know if it's going to work right with Instagram here. This is my brain, 75 tabs open, don't look. Ah, we don't want Paragon. Sorry, I'm trying to move the heads. Here we go. All right, so what I was telling you is here's my business page that was created. So he was going and, you know, having some followers follow, but like this little meme here that we can, oh, I don't know about the swearing, but you know, just something funny to post on here. Here's the little, you know, quotes that you can add into your business. Again, if you just keep things in your pocket, just listed, more quotes that we could put on here. This is something I made and put on my personal, and I had John download it and put it on my business page. So I'm just trying to post something to stay front of mind. Like here's a picture of our team. He created this little slide. Canva is your best friend. So it's just the biggest thing with this is you want to make sure to be consistent and figure out who you're targeting. And this border, I think he created that in Canva probably. Let me see. I'm going to try to go to Instagram here. See if I can do the templates. Not sure if it will let me. All right, so create. No, I don't think it's going to let me do it on here. Hold please. I'm going to stop sharing. All right, so if I'm in Instagram and I'm on the main page, look at that, Stephanie, one of your teammates here. Okay, so you go to your main page on Instagram, you swipe over like you're gonna make a post, okay? Actually, no, we're gonna go to our profile. We're gonna go to our profile. That's where the templates live. Hit the plus sign. All right, I can make a reel, I can make a story. If I tap reel, oh, I'm gonna start a new video. At the top, where you scroll here, there's templates. And if I click the template, now I can see all these trending templates. If I tap one, all I have to do is put my own pictures in these little boxes. Anything I have from 5-10 years ago, it will create it with the sound and it will move the pictures for me. Then I hit next and I'm done. That's a game changer. I think a lot of people didn't know about the templates. So you want it slow.
I'll let you in on a secret.
Again, you could have you walking. Here's all the little ones you can post. You're just tapping the pictures from your phone and they've created the entire template for you. I believe Canva has them too. So, who was it? Was it Brittany that was asking about what do you do? I would go make a bunch of those and save them as a draft. And then go back later in the week and then reuse them over and over again. Which I don't do, which I need to do. Does anyone else have questions? No, I'm coming up on 9 o'clock. Nobody?
Would you recommend purchasing any of those, like, 'cause there's so many like of those, oh, buy my calendar or whatever, or do you think that's kind of a waste?
I mean, I think I like Amy Gregory's stuff. I feel like she's got a really good following and she's got a great baseline of information and it kind of just gives you some different ideas. So you can do that. Or you can just kind of look at what's trending, what are people writing, what is the trending dances going on, the music. You know, when you start scrolling through, you'll start seeing some of the same music and videos and trends. And I just steal things from other people. So I don't, a lot of times I'm not recreating the wheel. I'm seeing something someone else did and I'm just using it verbatim. They're not going to know everybody else is doing it. So, you know, whoever your target is, just use the same information someone else is using that you like to follow. But yeah, I would get one just to have that content calendar in front of you so you have something to reference. Silent.
Ashley, I know when we were at an Empower event,
Mhm.
that we had, Phil Stringer, I think was his name, with ChatGPT. He did like the amazing thing. He mentioned that you can even use ChatGPT to create like 30-day content ideas for you, targeting it and things like that. And I think that that's been pretty helpful for my team, kind of plugging into that. Not saying you're going to pull every idea from it, but why not use the tools and resources that you already have? So those calendars that you're talking about, like ChatGPT can always help you if you, Phil told us, like, you know, type in those questions to ChatGPT and that kind of stuff, and based on your target market. And that's been helpful for us for calendars. So
Yeah.
consider that as well. It's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, Stephanie, thanks for reminding us of that. I really honestly forgot all about using that
Me too.
tool. Basically, correct me if I'm wrong, Stephanie, but basically he said, like, go into ChatGPT, type in who you are, who your target audience is, what your business is, what your market is, right? So I'm Allison Greco. I'm a 35-year-old realtor. I primarily sell in Beaufort, South Carolina, and my target audience are young first-time home buyers purchasing that are the age of 22 to 35. Our average price point is XYZ, and I'm trying to create a social media calendar. My goal is to, right? Tell it your goal. Tell it how many times a day or a week you want to post. Ask for hooks, ask for content, like ask for the most engaging post. Like tell ChatGPT what you want and it will give it to you. And Ashley could probably share her screen and do it right now and say who she is, what she is, and it'll pop out 30 days worth of content and everything. And so instead of buying it, use AI to leverage you to do that. Thanks, Stephanie, for that. I appreciate it.
Also,
Yeah.
I've been using ChatGPT a lot lately to like do a lot of our content creation. And I think that it's so crucial that you just remember and like treat it like it's a person on the other side. So like if it shoots something back out to me and I don't like it, I'm like, no, I don't like this. Make this more formal, make this more casual. Like, I just think it's so important to keep talking to it because you're training it every single time that you give it feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Phil, oh, sorry, Ashley. Phil said, one of the things that he said is you can, when you start your ChatGPT, you can say, ask me 25 prompting questions. And like ChatGPT will ask you 25 questions and then you just copy paste your responses to them so that they see like how you talk. And like a lot of those questions, like you were saying, Allison, about how old you are, your market and stuff like that, ChatGPT will ask you all of that. And if you can say, ask me another 25 questions based on the responses I just gave you. And it's kind of scary how much ChatGPT will narrow you down to a science, but it's also so streamlined to be able to operate different functions like this.
I think Tatiana's driving, but she was in the office the other day and she told me to try the Meta AI tool that we're all complaining about on Instagram, right? Because it's all like through Facebook and Instagram. So Tatiana said, oh my God, use the Meta AI tool to give you content. You don't need to go through ChatGPT anymore. And so I didn't realize that this was a thing. And so just now I went to the Meta AI tool and I just said best post to get engagement. I was just trying to see what it would say. And it came out to get engagement on social media. Consider this: creating posts that are relevant, timely and relevant to your audience interest, visual, interactive, and it tells you all these things. So basically the Meta AI is ChatGPT, but it's inside of your Instagram. So now your Instagram is going to start following you and it's knowing who you and your audience are. And so you can start asking your Meta AI through Instagram to start doing those posts so that you're not toggling back and forth between ChatGPT and Insta. And so that's what that Meta AI tool is. And I had no clue that that's what that was for. But Tatiana taught us that in the office, and it's actually really good. And honestly, it's a little bit better than some of the Chat GPT stuff because I think it's specifically for social media and for Instagram. And so like this was everything it just gave me from that one question. I don't know if you guys can see me scrolling, but like,
I did the same one as you.
oh, it's
And it
crazy.
says, what does it say here? It says, what platform are you looking to increase engagement on? I can provide more tailored advice.
Yeah, right.
That is really creepy. Yeah,
Isn't
but
that
this is all
cool?
true. Ask questions, share visuals, tell a story, offer value, keep it short, be authentic, use humor, like all the things we've talked about. It's just posting something. I think that's the bottom line when we do these. It's like you just have to do something.
Yeah, I agree.
I think with the flip side to that too, I think it's really important to recognize, sorry, I'm like humping on the treadmill, that the engagement part is only going to come if you're also interacting with social. This was a big thing that I learned last year because I got really good with my posts and I had really regular content, but it didn't have high engagement. And so they want to see you interacting with it. So in the mornings when you do your doom scroll, because I do, I make a rule that I can do it as long as I'm engaging. But as soon as I go flying past 3 or 4 posts, I have to stop because at that point, it is a waste of time. I think as agents, we love to count our social media hours and be like, I'm working. I'm really guilty about that. But if we're just passive, then it doesn't matter how great your content is, no one's going to see it. So I would challenge you. This has been a really big game changer for my engagement in the mornings. I'm literally just spending maybe 10, 15 minutes interacting on social. I'm not posting, I'm liking, I'm commenting, I'm sharing. And it really has changed my reel, especially my reel viewership, significantly higher, even with less consistency on posting.
Yeah, you're supposed to engage with people, I think 5 to 10 minutes before you even do a post and then after as well, because then it just pushes it through. Yeah, there's so many things that are changing, but I think just don't overthink it. Put something out there, show the houses you're at, you know, tell a story of something crazy that just happened to you. People love that. I mean, I showed that lake house this weekend. I got so many interactions on it. It's one of my favorite ones on the lake, but just putting music behind it and showing that house, it's just, you know, people want to engage with you. They're looking for people that are like them and just, you know, to have that interaction. So yeah, we better see everybody here doing a post today. That's my challenge.
I was just spending 5 seconds engaging on a bunch of posts. I was like, okay, just implement and execute. I think that's the other problem is that we get on these calls and we think about it and we hear the things and then we leave, we go along our day and then we don't do it, right? And so I think the biggest thing is just start executing now. So if everyone can take like, you know, 2 minutes when you hop off this Zoom call to start commenting and sharing and collaborating, that is where I think you'll start to see a lot more traction for sure.
Yeah, and reshare other people's posts. Like
Yeah.
just put those to your story. If you don't want to post something for the day, have something there that might inspire someone else.
This was awesome, Ashley. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Well, Ashley and I and Anna, we are all here, everybody on this call. It's all about collaboration. So I always like to screenshot who's on the call and know that those are kind of my people and I can collaborate and connect with them at any time. So we encourage you guys to reach out anytime. We are always here and we will see you next Wednesday at 8:30.
What do we have next week, Allison?
That's a great question. I don't have my Trello board up.
You do know who you have next week?
Is it me or is it? Oh, it's Kara.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Kara Mull. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Kara Mull. She is one of the nation's top coaches and she is just amazing. And she's going to come on. And if you guys want a introduction to one of the best coaches out there, she is great. And she is always available for coaching services as well. So we love Kara. She has done a great job for me in my business and my girls and guys on my team. And so we hope to see you next week.
Awesome.
Thanks,
We'll
Ashley.
post on social. Thanks, Ashley.
Yep, I'm looking for your post today. Sue.
I'll tag you. Everybody tag each other.
I'm tagging, we're liking, we're loving, we're sharing, we're commenting, we're doing all the things.
I'm tagging Sue and Ruth Ann. I'm going to tag some people for show.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.